Welcome to Andre's Insight, where clarity meets curiosity.
Great to be diving in.
So today, you've brought us this really interesting collection of ideas, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so. They all seem to point towards, navigating change, especially in our work lives.
Right, in this, super fast-paced world we're in.
Exactly. We've got stuff here on healthcare skills, career shifts, even philosophy like Ikigai.
Ikigai, yeah, fascinating.
Yeah.
And the goal today is, well, to try and weave these threads together, right?
See if we can pull out the key takeaways and give you a clearer picture of, well, what it takes to thrive.
Okay, sounds good. Let's dive in. Where should we start? Maybe the skills side.
Yeah, the shifting sands of skills, as you put it. It's happening everywhere, but healthcare is a really stark example.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers are kind of staggering.
Yeah.
A massive potential shortage of workers globally.
Huge. Millions, potentially. And it's not just about having enough bodies, is it?
No, it sounds like there's a big skills gap, too. Even in developed countries, investment in training hasn't kept up.
And think about the people already in the field. A lot of doctors, nurses, they're saying their jobs have changed dramatically.
Because of technology, mostly.
Yeah, technology is a huge driver. So it's not just finding more people, it's making sure everyone, new and existing, has the right skills for today and tomorrow.
Right. Upskilling is key, then. For keeping people, for letting them advance.
Absolutely. And here's the interesting twist.
Go on.
With all this tech, you'd think technical skills are everything. But actually, soft skills are becoming paramount.
Really? Like what specifically?
Well, things like communication, being able to supervise effectively, just clear verbal interaction, they're really high in demand.
That makes sense. I saw something about the World Economic Forum pushing for more socio-emotional skills, too.
Yes. Things like empathy, active listening, self-awareness, even curiosity and lifelong learning. Crucial for medicine.
It seems almost counterintuitive, doesn't it? More tech, but more need for the human touch.
But think about it. Communication errors. They're a major cause of negative patient outcomes.
Wow. So good communication isn't just nice, it's literally life-saving sometimes.
Pretty much. It's critical for safety, for patient trust, for everything.
And then there's AI. That's changing the game too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's taking over administrative stuff, assisting in diagnosis, potentially cutting costs, improving outcomes.
But people need to know how to use it responsibly.
Exactly. And understand the data side of things, too. So you need those digital skills, data analysis, alongside the empathy.
It's a real blend.
Yeah.
It's interesting you hear about pink-collar jobs, service roles, meeting those interpersonal skills. But the core technical stuff, actually doing the job, that's still fundamental, obviously.
Of course. You need both. The tech doesn't replace the core skills, but it definitely changes how you use them and adds this layer of needing strong interpersonal skills to manage it all effectively. Explaining complex AI findings to a patient, that takes skill.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. This great resignation, that was huge.
It really was. So many people leaving jobs voluntarily.
And not just in one place. You mentioned Spain seeing high rates even more recently.
Yeah, the trend, or at least the sentiment behind it, seems to be continuing.
What was driving it? It wasn't just pay, was it?
No, not entirely. People were looking for better conditions, sure, but also better work-life balance. And many were looking to just change direction completely.
A whole career pivot. It feels like a big societal rethink about what we want from work.
I think that's exactly right. Less about just punching a clock, more about finding something fulfilling, something that aligns with your values.
And remote work must play into that too, giving people more options.
Definitely. It opened up possibilities that weren't there before. You could look for roles outside your immediate geography.
So for someone listening who's maybe thinking about making a change, what's the key takeaway?
Well, clarity seems crucial. Don't just focus on escaping the job you hate.
Right. Focus on what you want instead.
Exactly. What kind of life do you want? What are your core values? What kind of work environment suits you? Reflecting on that first.
And then do your homework.
Oh, absolutely. Don't just jump. Research the new field. Talk to people already doing it. Understand the skills needed, the day-to-day reality. Avoid those nasty surprises.
Like critical thinking again. Looking at it objectively.
Yep. Assess the information, figure out how your current skills might transfer over, make an informed choice.
And it's really encouraging that people are doing this later in life too, right? 40s, 50s.
Absolutely. It's definitely not too late. Sometimes it's driven by dissatisfaction, sometimes a new passion, sometimes external factors like redundancy.
And those transferable skills are golden then.
Hugely valuable. Though sometimes, yeah, you might need some extra training, a course,
Yeah.
a certification.
Which is where online platforms come in handy again.
Big time. For learning new skills, finding boot camps, even finding remote teaching gigs or other flexible work, the internet's really lowered the barrier to entry for exploring new paths.
Okay, but making a big change like that, it can be stressful. Let's talk about the psychological side. Resilience comes up a lot.
Career resilience, yeah, that ability to adapt, to bounce back when things get tough, it's vital.
How do you, build that? Is it something you can learn?
I think you can cultivate it. It involves self-compassion for a start, not beating yourself up over setbacks.
Viewing challenges as learning opportunities.
Exactly. Analyzing what went wrong, figuring out how to improve, and just persistence. Keep learning, keep trying. It's a mindset thing, partly.
And having support helps, I imagine.
Oh, massively. Friends, family, mentors. That network is crucial when you're going through a transition. Don't try to do it all alone.
Plus, being flexible, right? Willing to adjust the plan.
Definitely. Things rarely go exactly as planned. Being open to tweaking your approach is key.
It also sounds like changing careers can trigger some deeper stuff, like grief or losing your identity.
It really can. Our work is often so tied up in how we see ourselves, leaving a long-term career can feel like losing a part of you.
So acknowledging those feelings is important.
Very important. Don't just push them down. Maybe keep connections from your old field, but also actively start building that new professional identity.
And the practical side, money worries.
Yeah, financial stability is a big one. Having a budget for your new reality, an emergency fund that helps manage the jitters.
Take some pressure off. It's
Yeah.
also good that upskilling in tech doesn't always mean learning to code from scratch.
Right. There are many tech-adjacent roles or skills that are more accessible, opening up pathways you might not have considered. It's about finding the right fit.
So managing the psychology is about self-awareness,
Yeah.
coping strategies.
And proactive planning, yeah. Understanding yourself and the process.
Looking ahead then, what skills are becoming universally important across the board?
Well, the World Economic Forum highlights analytical thinking and innovation right at the top. Problem solving, adapting. Makes sense, right?
Totally. The world keeps changing, so you need to be able to think on your feet.
But it's not just that. Look at the rest of the list. Active learning, critical thinking again, complex problem solving, creativity, originality, leadership, social influence.
Wow, quite a mix.
Technology use and management, sure, but also resilience, stress tolerance, flexibility, reasoning, ideation. It's a broad skill set.
So employers value creative thinking just as much as analytical now.
Increasingly, yes, creative thinking is seen as really important for finding new solutions and driving success.
Okay, so you develop these skills.
Yeah,
How do you let the world know? Networking and personal branding seem key here.
absolutely. Building and nurturing your network.
Yeah.
It's not just for job hunting, though it's crucial for that. It's about sharing info, opportunities, resources, mutual support.
And your online brand matters more than ever.
Definitely. That LinkedIn profile or whatever platform is relevant, it's often your first impression. Make it clear, concise, highlight your strengths. What value do you bring?
And it's not a one-time thing, is it? You need to keep it active.
Right. Be authentic. Stand out somehow. Engage with people. Share articles. Comment. Congratulate them. Build real connections, not just collect names.
Keep your network updated, too. Let them know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And for people moving sectors, say public to private,
Yeah.
they really need to consciously expand their network beyond their old circles. Go to industry events, join associations, and crucially, learn to translate their public sector achievements, optimizing resources, improving efficiency into language the private sector understands and values.
That makes sense. It's about bridging that gap. So networking is really about relationship building and communicating your value.
Exactly, making yourself visible and memorable.
Let's talk about change itself for a moment. Whether it's in your company or your own career, it stirs up emotions, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Anxiety, frustration, fear, all totally normal reactions.
And understanding those stages of change, denial,
Yeah.
anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance can help.
Yeah, that framework, often linked to grief, can be really useful. It helps normalize the feelings. Recognizing, okay, I'm feeling angry right now, that's part of the process.
Helps you manage it, maybe?
Hopefully, and helps you understand others' reactions too. Anger needs a constructive outlet.
Yeah.
Depression, that sense of resignation, that needs acknowledging because it impacts everything.
And acceptance doesn't mean you're suddenly happy about it.
Not necessarily, it just means acknowledging, okay, this is the new reality I have to work with. Motivation can definitely dip during these times too.
It's all very human. Understanding these stages helps everyone manage change better.
Individuals and organizations, yeah, provide support, acknowledge the emotional journey.
Okay, shifting to something more philosophical perhaps. Ikigai.
Ah, yes, the Japanese concept, your reason for being.
Your purpose. Sounds quite profound, linked to longevity and well-being.
That's the idea. It offers this framework, finding the intersection of four things:
Which are?
what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at.
Right, the sweet spot where they all overlap. That's your Ikigai.
Exactly. It's a powerful guide, potentially for career choices and life direction, finding that balance.
So the steps are identifying passions, understanding needs, knowing your marketable skills, and recognizing your strengths.
Pretty much. And it doesn't have to be some grand single thing immediately. Even just incorporating small routines aligned with your passions can bring more harmony. It's like a compass.
A personal compass. I
Okay.
like that. Guiding your decisions towards purpose.
Being intentional, aligning actions with values.
One last crucial piece, I think, is imposter syndrome.
Oh, yeah. That feeling of being a fraud, doubting yourself despite evidence you're competent.
It sounds incredibly common.
It really is. Affects people at all levels, all stages of their careers. It can show up as perfectionism, overworking, constant fear of being found out.
Tying your self-worth entirely to your performance.
Exactly. It's a real barrier.
What can you do about it if you're feeling that way?
Well, first, acknowledge the thoughts. Don't ignore them, but don't automatically believe them either.
Challenge them with facts.
Yes. Keep track of your accomplishments, evidence. Ground those feelings in reality. Talk to a mentor. Getting an outside perspective helps hugely.
Learn from your team, too.
Definitely. And maybe even make a list of your positive qualities, your successes, something concrete to refer back to when the doubts creep in.
And for managers, how can they help?
Setting really clear expectations is big. Providing opportunities for connection, maybe mentorship, and just checking in regularly. Fostering an environment where it's okay to not know everything, where contributions are valued.
Creating that psychological safety.
Exactly. It's about challenging those internal negative stories and building genuine self-belief based on reality.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
So pulling it all together, navigating professional life today, it's clearly multifaceted, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's not just about the tech skills, though they're definitely important, especially with AI booming.
Right. But it's equally about those soft skills, understanding the psychology of change, building connections.
And maybe most fundamentally, understanding yourself, your drivers, your purpose, that ikigai, perhaps.
That personal compass guiding your path.
Mhm.
We really hope this deep dive has provided some clarity for you listening. And maybe spark some curiosity, too.
Yeah, think about what resonated most with you. Which part of this landscape are you currently navigating?
Is it the skill shift, a potential career change, maybe dealing with imposter feelings?
Understanding these dynamics, the challenges and the strategies can really empower you to, well, make choices that work for you, to thrive.
Absolutely. So what stood out? What questions do you still have? This is really just the beginning of the exploration, isn't it?
Always more to learn.
We encourage you to dig deeper into whatever caught your interest.
Thanks so much for joining us on Andre's Insight.